And then when you actually see it's the same IP addresses trying to get people to be violent, or then saying there's no point, none of us can win, we have no power, trying to sap our will when we're having victories, over 70% of the public's refusing it. Most of the doctors in England won't take it or give it. Most of the doctors in Germany won't take it. Major publications are admitting it has cancer viruses and RNA in it. And I almost think these are death throes. I mean, the establishment has the money, has the power. They may win, but they're certainly not dominating, and we're seeing them, by attrition, lose power. We're seeing them stall out. We're seeing them grind into the mud, and we're having victories, but meanwhile, you see the government admitting they've got tens of thousands of paid bloggers and operatives out there putting out disinfo, going back to General Stubblebine. Are you seeing the same thing, that we're making major inroads, and they're really screaming bloody murder and freaking out right now?
First of all, we are attacked all of the time. Just like you, we're attacked by crazies. And what we have done so far is absolutely ignore them. We don't spend the time giving them any traction whatsoever. They talk, they fuss, they
one of my favorite crazies says, and she's quite well known. She says that people shouldn't buy our Valley of the Moon coffee, which is part of our Valley of the Moon eco-demonstration project. They shouldn't buy our Valley of the Moon coffee because we've laced it with a mind control drug. And my response is, well, when Bert brings me a cup of coffee in the morning, I acquire a mind with the caffeine in the coffee. But that's how crazy it gets. And yet people believe in this stuff. It's like going to a bullfight. People don't go to see the matador's costume. They go for the blood. And so playing to the lowest, basest instincts, the crazies who are stimulated by, and the government employees who are directed by the forces that don't want our pushback, attack you, they attack us, they attack others.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, I never address this, but I think I am going to do some programs where I actually show the proof and then show the government documents, because that shows we're the good guys, that this is happening, that they're coming after us, and that we are effective, and just illustrating that they do wait on the articles to get everyone not discussing protesting or suing like the New York nurses did to stop forced inoculation there. I notice anything effective that will stop them, they're there on the comments to try to turn everything around where the debate isn't about that, and then we check their IPs and they're the government. I mean, that is pure evil. I can't imagine being those government.
It's exactly what Black Ops is about. That's exactly what it is.
You know what we did on our blogs, Alex? We simply clicked the button that said no comments, because we don't have time to deal with this nonsense. There's plenty of opportunity for people to read the negative stuff. We put out the real stuff. We put out the pushback that works. And those people...
No, I know, but I mean, I allow the free-for-all because I think it's teaching people, and folks are actually learning.
And I think it's great, but we have... we don't have time to deal with it, and it has to be dealt with. And we don't have the manpower to deal with it. No.
I mean, listen, the only reason I brought it up is the government is out there doing this.
Yes,
it's real.
Absolutely.
Certainly. Who's behind all of the genocide anyway? You know, it's not your friends.
So, yes, I agree with you. Of course the government is out there doing it. And we've been viciously attacked, just as you have. And some people wander off, but they come back, because eventually truth does ring like a bell.
But that's what I was going to say. I mean, the reason I brought this up with you is that people should have common sense. Anybody that says we don't have any hope, anybody that says we don't have power, anybody that says there's no point in talking and warning people, they just want to divert you off into arguing with them instead of going and warning people that want to be awakened. Exactly. And so I tell, they say you can't have that vitamin D, but you can have fluoride. That's good for you. And we're going to go to Tiffany, Todd, Kathy, Ann, and Paul, and others here in just a moment. And I want to have Dr. Laibow and General Stubblebine back up next week or the week after, because so much is happening right now. And I want to have them up every few weeks just so we can open phones up and take your calls. I don't want to hog all their time just for myself, but obviously we've covered quite a bit already. We're going back to them here in just a moment. And I did want to just plug that the biggest fight we have right now is the global banking system taking over, the global carbon tax takeover, the fake environmental movement that has nothing to do with the environment. And we are doing a special right now that's for a limited time, where you get Fall of the Republic for $19.95, you get the Obama Deception for $9.95, and you get Reflections and Warnings with the late, great Aaron Russo that I made, his final video interview. It's a film in and of itself, over 90 minutes long, free. You get that film free with Fall of the Republic in that combo pack. And you can also get Fall of the Republic with Endgame half price, and then Reflections and Warnings for free. And people that have seen Reflections and Warnings are really, really impressed by it. The Nick Rockefeller revelations about how they plan to bring in eugenics and world population reduction. It's an important documentary to see. Get Reflections and Warnings free at Infowars.com, or ask about the special combo deals when you call 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. Now, I'm really bad about not going to calls, and I want to hear the questions for General Stubblebine and Dr. Laibow, but so much is happening. Where are you guys next week? We should go ahead and set you guys up to come back on for an hour, hour and a half next week, because so much is moving, and 2 hours isn't going to be enough today. Is next week good, or is the week after better?
Next week is fine. We'll be back in Panama. We're in Germany now at the Codex meeting. We'll be back in Panama at the Valley of the Moon Eco Demonstration Project, which, by the way, is making huge inroads. That's part of the solution to reclaim the production of food for farmers and non-farmers alike. So we'll be there, and we would love to talk to you, Alex.
All right. In closing on the COINTELPRO, then we're going to calls. To simplify it, we have the Army Field Manual, declassified in 2004, written for Latin America, where they say, go out and say the local leaders who are good are really feds, where they teach the Army in Black Ops how to get everybody fighting with each other. And General Stubblebine can certainly expose that. We see that anybody who's saying we can stand together, we can lead, we can fight the globalist is demonized, because the system knows they're discredited. They have to pose as patriots to then infight. Infighting is the sign of being an operative or one of their mentally ill stooges. And in closing, I'll say this. It isn't Ron Paul that's trying to pass the private Federal Reserve world government takeover. It isn't Alex Jones that's trying to make you take forced inoculations. It isn't General Stubblebine that's trying to put sodium fluoride in your water. It isn't Dr. Rima Laibow that is federalizing your local police. It's the big corrupt offshore banks. And so why do all these supposed patriot groups and sites spend all their time attacking whoever is effective? They do that so you'll get sucked off into these infights and never become the leaders you were meant to be. So I'll say this today. Let's just say Alex Jones is bad. I'm pure evil. I'm not. My fruits are excellent. I'm pure of heart. Anyone with discernment knows that. 14 years of fighting, 15, 16, 17 hours a day. But let's just say I'm evil. Let's just say General Stubblebine's bad, and he's not a great patriot who's come over to our side, and he was always on our side, but woke up and fully went against the evil. Let's just say he's bad. Let's just say Ron Paul's bad. Okay, let's get past that excuse. Now, you go fight the New World Order. You know it's coming down on you. You know this is real. You know you're good. And so you go out and be a leader. And when you get attacked, then you'll understand. We need to reach everybody now. We need to reach out now. We need to understand that whoever's being attacked is who is effective and who is good. Now, I'm done talking about that, but I just have seen particular attacks on our two guests, and I know their work's good. I've been watching them for years, researching them for years. Everything they do is good. The fruits are good. That's how you judge a tree. But there's these horrible, sick trees with poison on them that always flap their branches and attack anybody who's good. It's time to see through the mind control.